Hi guys, welcome back to my weekly readings. I trust you guys are having a wonderful weekend and are gearing up for the upcoming week and the upcoming holidays. So by now everyone should be in that holiday-ish spirit if you are living here in the United States. So I wish you lots of love and lots of luck and lots of happiness during your holidays. And for this upcoming new year, I wish you everything that you've ever wanted. And I'm not saying, yeah, $1,000,000 are going to fall from heaven. No. The things that are important: love, support, friendship, work, finances that are stable, a roof over your head, food for yourself, for your family, things that are important in our lives that keep us going, a stronger belief in the divine and in yourself, which is important. So I wish wonderful things for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for supporting my channel all of these years. I appreciate you truly. So we're going to take a little peek today at the energies that may affect us from the week of the 9th through to the 16th. I think. Yeah, I do believe those were the days that I saw. I'm not sure. But the upcoming week, let's see what it's going to bring to us, and also what the channeled messages are, or what other energies we need to work with and we need to learn from, and we need to tweak a little bit, because the end of the year is coming up. So for those of you that are single, you may be getting memories from past relationships, mistakes or seemingly mistakes, or choices that could have been done differently or could have been done better, communication that was faulty, things that we need to learn in our lives as we move along. But sometimes it can be very painful, and those memories can come up during the holidays more often than not, because holidays are times when you pull together with your family and your loved ones, and you share memories and you share gifts. And sometimes we remember those times and wish either that they either were back, or why couldn't I have done something differently. Always know that the way things happen is always the right path. It's always the way that you need to go. It's the path of least resistance for yourself, for your spirit, for self-preservation, for lessons that you are learning in this life. So when the holidays come up, don't kick yourself for past mistakes. So this is whether you're single or in a relationship, because these things could have happened with family, could have happened with prior relationships, a relationship that you're with now. Don't ever second guess yourself for the things that you do, because sometimes it's all spiritual paths. Is whispered by our guides that we need to change things, we need to do things. Perhaps we need to do things differently in our lives, and unless we end several relationships or several things in our life and look back at it and look and see how those things were done, and then see that you could have done things differently. This is the way that we learn about ourselves, what we need to tweak in our own spiritual life, in our own physical life. So we kind of improve ourselves as time goes on. But if we don't make those decisions, if we don't make those changes in our life, we will not learn it. And then the next lifetime, you have to go over the same thing again and again and again. So perhaps you learn it now, you go through the pain now, and in the next lifetime, it's something that you have mastered, that you don't have to do again, something you don't have to relearn. And as you continue to move forward in your life now, things get better, relationships get better, there's better understanding, there's better communication, there's more reconciliation with family, with friends, with ex-lovers. Perhaps instead of being enemies, you can converse, you can be friends. And if that's not possible, that's okay, because there's always the next lifetime. And in the next lifetime, they'll be there again. They'll be there as a friend, or as a family member, or as a foe, and as someone that you don't ever have a relationship with, because their energy will repel you, because there'll be something there, an energetic block, that you know that there's nothing there to learn from this person. So you will not allow them into your life, because that's the way energy works, that's the way spirit works, that's the way we work when we move forward in our lives, and we know that there's someone that we don't need to learn anything from. So therefore there's something there that deters us from becoming a friend even with those kind of people. I don't know, have you ever noticed that, where some people automatically just, you look at them and it's like, what the hell? You don't know what it is about them, but there's something about them that you either dislike, or something that you just don't want to get to know that person. There's no lesson there to be learned. You have already mastered all the lessons that you would have learned with this person, or any type of friendship or anything that you could have had with that person. At that point, there was nothing to be learned or nothing to be gained or nothing to be shared or experienced with that person, so you move away. Perhaps years later, boom, there they are, your best friend, and you don't know how that happened. But it's because finally you both became energetically the same, on the same level, where you could experience, where you could share, where you could learn, reflect from each other. Okay, some of the cards are on the table. I was shuffling. I am in a new venue, as you can tell. There's a new location. I'm in a different place at this time, so I had to balance the energies out in this place with myself, with the cards. So I've spent some time shuffling and rearranging my cards and doing what I have on this table, because this might be a peaceful place for me to come and do my readings for a little while until I find another place. As a Sagittarian, I'm always going to be moving from one place to another and doing things in different places, which I kind of like that. But for right now, this is an awesome place. It's a big room with tables for games or sharing or talking, but right now it's empty. There's no one in here, just myself. So it's a lovely place for me to do readings. If I could manage to come here early enough on the weekends, I will be able to do my readings and not be interrupted, hopefully. So let's see how that goes. So anyway, I'm in a new place. I've already put out some cards. Now, we're going to be working with our intuition as we move through the end of this year and into the next year. Okay. Intuition is coming up for us in several decks. This is a card that came out here in this deck and in the Angel Answers deck. Listen to your intuition. There may be some situations that we're going to be experiencing as we move through the end of this year and into the next with relationships, partnerships, family, friends. Some things could be a little bit awry. So we need to pay attention to the signs and listen to our intuition so that we're not surprised by a sleight of hands of someone that doesn't have your best interest in mind. Be careful, because the Magician is on the table, and it is the message that I'm receiving from it, because right next to the Two of Cups and the Magician, right between there, is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is protecting yourself. Even though you have a position of advantage, others may try to manipulate you or change your mind or do something that will not be in your best interest. So you need to be careful. There has to be a certain type of reconciliation, or perhaps reconciliation between partnerships, friendships, or families may not be in your best interest at this time, or will not be possible because of manipulations from third parties or other people that are saying things or perhaps giving the advice that is not correct. So reconciliations between families or friends or relationships is not going to be possible as you move through the end of this year and into the beginning of the next year. A lot of it has to do with your perspective or the perspective of other people of the relationship or what's going on. So you're being asked to work through this reconciliations with family or friends or relationships using a different type of perspective, so that you can make it through, or so that it can become something that's amicable between you and other people. Okay, this reconciliation. If there has been like discord between you and family members or you and other people, you have to change your perspective in order to work through these issues, because they could get out of hand at some point later on as you're moving through. There could be situations that really work against you. So changing your perspective about relationships and about perhaps how they feel about you or what they could be doing behind your back. So be very careful. Just kind of be alert. Okay, because things could change, and it could have to do with a harvest, with harvest time, or with reaping what you sow in a relationship or in friendships. Maybe if you have to apologize to someone, do that. If someone has to apologize to you, be open for an apology that comes from a friend or from someone else, because it could be important as you move through the end of this year and into the next that you are aware of the dealings of people that are around you, the way that they think, the advice that's being given for or against you. You need to be careful. You need to be careful because other people may not have your best interest in mind. And it could be people from the past, people that you've had relationships with, memories or wounds from childhood that seem to still be affecting your life at this time and could get worse because the Three of Swords is there. So those wounds are something that is very difficult to overcome, or has been up to now in your life, and you need to change your perspective on those wounds, or change your perspective on the people from your childhood, or on the past of memories that you have, on the nostalgic thoughts that you have about these people or about the situations that have hurt you from the past, okay? Because no matter how you look at it, you have an advantage over others and over their opinions and over what they may actually do for you or do to you in the future. So be careful. Because my intuition is telling me that there are things that we need to watch out for. Family, people that are close to us. I'm not even talking about people that are not involved in our day-to-day lives. I'm talking about people that are with you every single day. Listen to what they're saying, listen to the way they're saying it, and then listen to your intuition. Because we have the Queen of Cups here as well. The Queen of Cups is the mother. So pay attention to your mother's words, or someone that you see as a mother figure. And if you don't have your mother on this plane anymore, they could be helping you from the other side, to help you with your intuition, to help you with your disappointments, with your letdowns, with the betrayals from others that could be close to you. So watch out for that, all right? There's a third party. There's another person that comes in and gives bad advice, or is not giving advice that's in your favor. So be very careful, because that is what my intuition is telling me about these cards. This could be you, if it's not representing your mother. You're a very intuitive person, you're very spiritual, you're very kind and loving, and you're all about family. Family for you is very important. And you are assisting your family at this time. You're being asked to, and I know that you're being told to take a different look at those wounds from your childhood, or wounds that you have had from the past, and look at it from a different perspective so that you can allow abundance to come into your life. The harvest of the things that you have done. Because if you do not change your perspective on the way that things have been going on up to now, you may be blocking your own abundance. You may be blocking the harvest from coming in because of your perspective on the situation. Perhaps you need to change the way that you act, the way that you think. But always in the back of your mind, knowing that your intuition is going to guide you through it. You just need to be aware of what others are doing. And you need to get to know what others are thinking and doing about you. There's going to be some changes that come about in our lives that will be brought on by Spirit, because we have the Wheel of Fortune that moves our life forward, and sometimes in a very quick manner. So something is going to happen to change the way that we're living, to change the path that we are on, perhaps. It could be a third party that comes in. It could be someone from your past, an ex-lover, or a friend, family member, a message that you receive. Or it could just be yourself, starting some new project, a new passion that you start because of your perspective and the change of thoughts, and knowing that perhaps not everyone is on your side. So you need to be prepared. You need to prepare for yourself. How can you help yourself? What can you do to fix certain things, or fix your path as you move forward, or your perspective on how you see other people, and how much of yourself you're giving away, or you're giving up to other people, the power that you give others over you. Sometimes you have to stand your ground and set your boundaries very strongly, because other people will take advantage of you. And the ones that you love the most are the ones that can hurt you the most, because they're the closest to you. You do allow them, you trust them in a sense. So be careful. Be careful of who you trust in your life as you move forward into this new year. You want to have a different perspective in life because you want that harvest. You want the things that you have worked hard for. You want the harvest to come in, and you don't want someone else to be drawing your energy and taking that from you, in a sense. You know, stopping you, changing your mind, making you be more like them, which you're not. You have to be yourself. You have to be yourself, and don't allow other people to keep draining your energy and pushing you around and telling you how to act and what to do. You have to stand up for yourself. And in order to do that, you have to work very hard, very diligently. And there is a new path that's opening up to us. It's a new inspiration. It's a new fire. It's something that starts now, that is inspired by spirit, by these changes, by the cycle that ends so that a new one begins, that propels you forward very, very quickly. So there will be some harvest associated with this. There'll be either a better job, a better position, new people that come into your life. And you need to be aware of that. There's also a judgment that's happening. So you're looking back at your life. You're looking back at the things that have happened in your life up to now. And you're revisiting those thoughts. You're revisiting the choices that you made at that point, where they need to change as you move forward. Okay, they need to be different. You need to see where you have made a decision that was either too hastily done. And you need to change that as you move forward. The Judgment card is a very faceted card. It could be reviving someone or something from your past. It could be reviving memories of things that you've done in the past. It could be showing you that for every action there is a reaction. You reap what you sow, therefore now you have to live through the karma of it. It could be showing you that you're done with that karma of the past influences that you're experiencing now. You're done with it. You can let it go. You're being called out to do something different in your life now, to change your perspective, to change the way you feel about other people from your past, to heal those wounds, to finally let them go. Because if you change your perspective and release the wounds from the past, or people that have hurt you, relationships, family, friends, positions at work, they had to happen the way that they happened. There was no other way for them to happen. So you need to release it. And you need to look back at the decisions that you made at that time. And as you move forward, and not do the same thing. Something about you needs to change as you're moving through the end of this year. Okay? You can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. You have to do something different, therefore your life can change. And you can pull in that harvest, the things that are due to you for what you've been through, the things that have happened, the lessons that you have learned. There's going to be messages or new plans that are being made, or travel perhaps even because of this Page of Wands. Page of Wands is about travel. It's about news that comes from afar, someone that could be traveling to you, someone that can be sending you a letter or a message, and you need to receive it because it could help with these situations from the past. This is a very diligent person. It's a person that's on your side. It could be the mailman. It could be representing the mailman bringing a letter, or a message that comes in through your phone, or a call that you receive that you need to listen to. This could be a new message that comes through from work. It's something that's inspired. It's a wand, so it's something new that begins, or something that needs to reach you one way or the other. We have the Two of Wands right after that, so that means it's a new path. It's a new passion that's going to begin. If you listen to the intuition, if you listen to your angels or what they're trying to help you with, or turn you in a different direction so you see things differently. So you see that there is another path that you can take. You don't have to continue down the same path. There could be something that's opening up, a new person, a new situation, something new from the past that comes back in as a new person, as a different changed person or changed situation. A job opening, being moved from one position to another, an upgrade of some sort, or perhaps even a new office that opens up somewhere and they're offering you a position there. You may have to travel a little further, you may have to travel somewhere else, but it's okay. Because in the long run, it's something that's going to help you, assist you. It'll give you more responsibility, perhaps even more money. But there's a lot of wands here, so I would have to say that these changes are more inspired by spirit. It's more of a spiritual change. Perhaps something that happens within you that that really helps you. It helps change the way that you look at life, change the way that you look at things. And it might be something that's very important as you move through into the new year. The last card that came out was the Hangman. And it's to do with your emotional life. It's to do with the water in you, which we're mostly water. So we're mostly guided by our intuition and by our emotions anyway. And with the Queen of Cups here as well, it's a lot to do with your emotional life and keeping it under control. She has mastered it to a certain point. She moves through life with her intuition, with her emotions. So it's very easy to set her off because they're always right there. It's what she guides herself with. So you need to keep them under better control so that the enlightenment can come through from the Hangman. The Hangman tells me that you have to sacrifice one thing for another, whatever that is, whatever this new inspiration is, okay? And this new path that opens up. There has to be a certain degree of sacrifice that you have to make in order to continue down this new path. But it's inspired by spirit. It's a change of cycles. It's growth. It's growth that you've done because you've sacrificed already. And you have been sacrificing for quite some time now to learn, to become more spiritually enlightened, to walk more the path of spirit than the path of materialistic things, money, power, nice cars, big house, a big relationship. No, your relationship is with spirit mostly. You want to know what spirit has to say, which way spirit is trying to guide you so that you're walking the true path. Yes, spirit knows that we need things in this world to survive. Yes, we need a car to get to work. Yes, we need a job to be able to pay our bills so that we can have a roof over our heads. Yes, we have to pay taxes, but they did back in the times of Jesus as well. There's always been that tax thing. There's always been the money that you have to give to another. So accept it and move forward, because as you give, it comes back to you, even if it's taxes that you're paying. And do follow the rules. Always follow the rules, because later on they can turn around and come back and bite you in the ass, which I'm going off in a different tangent. But let me get back to spirit. A sacrifice that needs to be made in order for you to move forward, okay? You have been sacrificing up to now. You have become enlightened of a lot of things that perhaps you didn't know 2 years ago, 12 years ago. This is a number 12. This all started 12 years ago. Something that changed you. A different choice that you made that could be affecting you still. It could have been, still it could go all the way back to the childhood, because we have the Six of Cups, which could be a significant soulmate that helped you learn some very difficult lessons, and you're still working through them. But it's time to let go. It's time to let go of those energies. Time to let go of that lesson. Know that it changed your perspective, or you need to change your perspective as you move forward, so that you can be happier as the new year comes in. All right. Let me put these cards away so that I can do my weekly reading. I don't want these to get mixed up because there's 2 decks. And this is the Impressionistic Tarot. I love Impressionist art. It's so beautiful. And the artists were so misunderstood, with the exception of Monet, I think. Anyway. Beautiful artwork. But Van Gogh is definitely misunderstood. Okay. Sorry. But the camera is moving because I don't have it in a very stable place. Just have it leaned up against something. Okay, so what are we doing? We're looking at the energies that may affect us from the week of the 9th through to the 16th. Movement forward, waiting for our ships to come in, the seeds that we have planted. Perhaps some travel is in mind for some. The holidays, travel. It's not impossible. It can be doable with the Chariot there and the 3 of Wands, and it's all having to do with your emotional life, your family life, your children, your grandchildren. Maybe you want to go visit children. Or maybe you just want a happy life. You want to have a good relationship with someone. The Ten of Cups is the culmination of the cup suit. This is the ultimate desire for some people to have a happy relationship with another. Whether they come with children, or you have children, or you both have children, and you team up and you're looking at your home and your happiness, your rainbow that's above you because you've learned a lot of difficult lessons, and you want to achieve that for some people. And the only way to do that is to manifest it through your own sheer will. You have all the tools at the table to manifest a happy relationship with your family. Or if it's travel that you want to do towards your family, towards your children, do it. The magician is saying, hey, as above, so below. You can ask for the energy to help you, to assist you in moving forward and going to visit your kids. Do what it takes. Get on the internet. Get a room going on, or whatever it is that you need to do, you know. You have all the tools in order to achieve your desire to visit family or to have a happy family reunion when it comes to Christmas. You can do it. You've got the carte blanche here. It's saying do it. Do what you need to do to take that time off. There it is, the card I was looking for. And here is the one that's going to make it happen. The Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands says, yes, I have the creative power. I have the inspiration from the divine to do certain things, and I'm going to follow my intuition in order to be able to make it happen. My emotions are going to be under complete control. I have no problem. 10. There's the Wheel. There's the Fool. Judgment. Look at all that. What did I have? All of the major arcana cards in a row? I think that's enough for right now, right? Don't allow anyone to take power away from you. You want to do something, you have the power to do it this week. This week is going to be an incredible week when it comes to manifesting things that you desire. There could be others that step in to make it happen. This could be a raise. This could be a new position at work, starting over, a new path that you embark on, using your intuition. The Wheel of Fortune says, yes, you can do it. A new cycle is ending so that a new one begins. Judgment card again. So some of the cards that we got at the other deck, we're getting them again. Because we need to follow our intuition. We need to follow the messages that's coming from the divine. There's something important that they're trying to make you focus on. And it could be with family, because maybe there's certain things that are going to happen that are going to change. We have no control over the cycles of life, beginnings and endings. So we need to be aware that somebody could be called back, okay? So we have to focus on what exactly is the message that's being given to us, all right? Are we listening to our intuition? Are we listening to the messages that are coming from the divine? Are we paying attention? Where do we want to go? Are we covering ourselves or protecting ourselves enough so that when these changes happen that we know where we're going, okay? Not be foolish about doing something crazy and stepping off a cliff, okay? Because that can happen as well with a Fool on the table. It could represent a path that's new, that's opening up for all of us. As we move through, we're going through into a new year now, which is 0. There's a potential to manifest whatever you want because the Magician is here as well. So as we move through this week, we need to focus on what exactly we want to start manifesting in the next year as we're moving through. Because it's 0 right now. There's nothing that has been planned or set in stone as the new year clicks in. It can start from 0 and start manifesting. You need to use your intuition as you move through this week, because perhaps some messages are going to be coming in. Be careful of what others say to you or want to start with you as you move through this week, because it could affect your family. Your family is the first card that popped out. So it tells me that it could be emotional, these changes that are happening. It could be in your emotional life. It could be in your family life, things that are going on with your family. So pay attention. You may get messages as you dream, because sometimes the angels, that's the way they'll communicate. They'll say something to you in your dreams. You just need to listen to your intuition so you can move through with that. A Wheel of Fortune is here as well to represent an end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. It's the number 10. It's the ending of something and the start of another thing. You have the King of Cups here, so there could be a water sign that comes in to assist you, or you may need the help of a water sign as you move through this week. A lot of major arcana, so it's a lot of spiritual interference, or not interference, but spiritual things that will happen. Cycles that end and begin, and it's all due to the natural succession of life, the natural cycles. So be aware that something is revived, something is revisited. Someone can come in from the past, so be careful what you manifest or what you think of. Listen to your intuition if it's new people that are coming into your life, so that you don't fall victim to anyone new. The Queen of Wands wants to manifest something, and it has to do with family. So there'll be a right timing for all of these things, and you'll know it because you'll be alerted to it by an angel. What kind of a weekly reading is this? Okay, let's move this aside so I can do my weekly reading. Because this is mostly messages from Spirit. Again, telling me that things are changing, that I need to follow my intuition. You need to follow your intuition, people. Because a lot of changes are coming into your life. They're due to Spirit or just due to the natural cycle of endings. Here's the other major arcana cards that are not out on the table yet, but there they are. Okay? I'm not going to settle for all that. Putting them back in. Okay, so the beginning of the week is going to have a lot of cycles that begin and end. Okay? Or at the very least, it's already showing that the year is coming to a quick end. All right? And it has to do with finances now. The beginning of the week, we're going to be focusing on our finances, focusing on our inheritance, focusing on family, and taking care of those that are within our power to help, that could be ill. Older family members, focus on them, because we're being told that it's time. We don't want to feel like we're being left out in the cold, okay? Here's the Justice card. Someone that's a Libra, focus on them. Or focus on being fair and just with those that are around you, that live in your home. Because you could be feeling a little bit left out, they could be feeling a little bit left out, so you need to kind of pay attention to them just in case. Here we are again, same cards. The Six of Cups. So it's going to be a family, someone that comes in from the past again. So this week is all about nostalgic thoughts, memories from the past. It's going to probably even interfere with your work, so be careful. Try to focus on work. I can't focus on work when all this stuff keeps coming up. So a lot of differences of opinion, so a lot of fighting and arguments with those that are around you, with your family members, and it has to do with cycles that have not ended from the past. The Justice card is here to say you need to balance that. You balance your emotions. Don't allow others to pull your chain and get you going. If you're going to be meeting with family, be careful, because it's the holidays. People come together with their family members, and you may not get along with everyone there. So don't let them pull your chain. Remember the elderly that live there, or your parents or your grandparents that you're going to be around, and focus on them. Focus on sharing time with them and loving them, because tomorrow isn't promised to any one of us. So we need to show our love and our respect to those that have come before us and have really paved the way for us. Okay? You will be judged fairly from those that are focusing on what's going on. There are also some secrets from those that are around you, from your family members. Be careful, because there's things that are hidden that you don't know of. So as you move through this week, just know that There are some things you don't know. The moon's on the table as well. So it's saying, hey, you will have some fears associated with your elderlies and with some of the things that may come up. There's secrets that are being revealed. The Empress, which represents Venus, or the Empress, represents harvest time. And right now, it's the harvest time pretty much. Fall before it turns into winter. It's the end of the harvest time, so it's time to reap what you have sown. It's time to reap your harvest. So be aware that before the winter solstice happens, there could be some changes in your life that could bring about a lot of worries or keeping you up at night. These could be self-prophetic prophecies as well. If things not going too well and you worrying, stop worrying, because that's not going to help. There's going to be some messages that come in or movement forward in your life as you move through the end of this week or this year. So know that perhaps some of you are going to be traveling. Maybe you're worried about travel, worried about your parent, worried about certain things, and it's going to affect you as you move through this week. So this week is all about family. It's about worrying about your parents or worrying about someone in your family that could, maybe their health could be a little bit awry, or having to meet with family members and not actually getting along well with them. Be careful of a theft. Be careful of someone that's an Aquarius could be trying to take something from you, so be careful with that. Some people are just, they just never learn. They just never learn. Just worrying about those that are around you, and it's keeping you very unbalanced. But justice is going to come in and balance that out one way or another. So just be aware that some things could change for you as you move through the end of this year. I'm going to try one more time to do a reading for the week, and if not, well, that was the reading for the week. As you come into this week, there's going to be some things that are going to upset you, okay? There's going to be some endings. So perhaps even at work, there's going to be some movements. Some people are going to be eliminated, or some positions may be eliminated. Some things are going to end, okay? That is going to bring you a little bit of sadness. But don't worry, because you still have 2 cups standing behind you. So it may not have to do with you, but you'll be affected because you're part of the team. You're part of something that goes on. So some things are going to end. Perhaps some people are going to retire. So that will leave positions open. Other positions, people moved around from one to another. So keep that in mind as well. That could be happening at work. Again, it'll have to do with your finances. So this also represents a big company. So within a big company, there's some things that are ending, okay? So you need to be aware and need to do your best, okay, so that your position stays untouched. Again, messages that are going to be coming in that are going to move things forward. So around the middle of the week, be aware that some things are going to be changed. There'll be other paths that are going to open up. So perhaps there's another position that you're going to be told about to see if you want it, or want to do something different within the job place. You also have the 5 of Swords here, which is the power is going to be taken away from a couple of people. So a couple of people are going to be changed. And be careful, don't let that be you, to get into an argument with someone and then you feel that you've won. But in this case, this card, nobody wins, okay? Some people lose and the person that does it will feel bad as well. So don't let that be you. So this week, look for a bit of a disappointment at the beginning of the week because some things are changing. And it's just the way that it is, because it's a dogmatic way that they think. You have to follow procedure, and you have to listen to the boss or whoever is in charge. This could be representing an earth sign, a Taurus at that. So There's going to be more responsibilities put on you because others are going to be leaving or positions are going to change. Some things are going to change at your job. They're going to bless you perhaps with a new responsibility or a new position that will bring more responsibility. But with more responsibility comes hopefully also an increase in your finances, which this could be representing that. So be aware that that could be changing in your life as you move through. And some people will be removed, or they're going to be changing or ending. The ending of something that could be a little bit unexpected, but nonetheless it's going to happen. So be aware that that's what this week is going to bring. This reading has gotten really, really long. I guess this new place has made me want to read even more, or something. So I love you guys. You probably want your interactive. What I'll do is I'll do the angel answers, okay? So A, B, or C. Okay, for some of you that picked A, there's going to be an opportunity to make more money, or an opportunity to increase your finances, as this card is showing. So open your arms, be very thankful for what you have in life, and open your arms to receive. Okay? For those of you that chose B, there's no need to worry. You're worried about things that perhaps you shouldn't be worried about. You need to just keep moving forward. You know exactly what to do because your intuition is telling you this is what you need to do. So take the steps that you're being guided to take in order to bring about the finances or the assistance that you may need. So there's no need to worry. Just keep moving forward, okay? For those of you that chose C, there's going to be a peaceful resolution for the situations that are bothering you or whatever's in the back of your mind. I did get a lot of cards that show a lot of changes that are coming. That keeps you up in the air, a bit confused. But there will be a peaceful resolution for the things that are a problem in your life at this, at this time. So don't put any fear into it, okay? All right, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I thank you guys for listening to my channel. I thank you guys for those of you that have contacted me for a private reading. And for those of you that wish to have a private reading with me, check my blog. My description will be down below, or you can just write to me at raisashealingarts11@gmail.com, and I can set up an appointment to either record a video for you or we can Skype. I have a 30-minute reading or I have a 60-minute reading. It all depends on what you want, okay? I also have a one quick question reading. So if you just want the answers or just a little bit of assistance to one question, I have a special price for that. Just check my blog, raisastarot.blogspot.com, and it'll let you know what I do offer and how much it costs, or you can just write to me and then we'll hook up. All right, guys, have a blessed week. I look forward to talking to you again next week. I love you guys, and kisses.